Welcome to Philippine Canadian Enquirer's Daily News Roundup, brought to you by CanadianEnquirer.net, your only Filipino-Canadian daily news portal. I'm Ronako, and here are stories making headlines today. Lacson negates claim he ordered alleged inhumane punishment versus Faeldon. Senator Panfilo Lacson said there was no truth in the accusations of former Customs Commissioner Nicanor Faeldon that Senate Blue Ribbon Committee Chair Richard Gordon adhered to his directive to deprive the ex-BOC chief certain privileges while in detention. The claims of Faeldon that he was degraded and given inhumane punishment is just a crazy thought, Lacson said. He also slammed Faeldon for calling him a cement smuggler senator, saying Faeldon was clueless, for cement smuggling can never exist. Quote, "No wonder Faeldon is in big trouble facing a non-bailable case of agricultural smuggling. He doesn't have a clue about the Customs and Tariff Code and the CMTA. Why? There can't be smuggling of cement simply because it is not subject to tariff," unquote, Lacson said. He added that Faeldon had no idea about it because he dedicated most, if not all, of his time counting grease money instead of learning the Customs Code. Tromp moves to vastly expand offshore drilling off U.S. coast. The Tromp administration moved Thursday to vastly expand offshore drilling from the Atlantic to the Arctic Oceans with a plan that would open up federal waters off California for the first time in more than 3 decades. The new 5-year drilling plan also could open new areas of oil and gas exploration in areas off the East Coast from Florida to Maine, where drilling has been blocked for decades. While some lawmakers in those states support offshore drilling, the plan drew immediate opposition from governors up and down the East Coast, including Republican governors Rick Scott at Florida and Larry Hogan of Maryland, who pressed President Donald Trump to withdraw their states from consideration. Democratic governors in both coasts blasted the plan. New York Governor Andrew Cuomo called it another federal assault on our environment, while California Governor Jerry Brown vowed to block this reckless, short-sighted action. Interior Secretary Ryan Zink announced the plan, saying that responsible development of offshore energy resources would boost jobs and economic security while providing billions of dollars to fund conservation along U.S. coastlines. U.S. suspends security assistance to Pakistan. The United States announced it was suspending security assistance to Pakistan for failing to take decisive action against Taliban militants targeting U.S. personnel in neighboring Afghanistan. The State Department's declaration signaled growing frustration over Pakistan's cooperation in fighting terrorist networks. Initially vague information on how much money and material was being withheld suggested the primary goal was to substantiate President Donald Trump's surprising New Year's Day tweet that accused Pakistan of playing U.S. leaders for fools. Spokeswoman Heather Nauert said the restrictions covered security assistance above and beyond the $255 million for Pakistani purchases of American military equipment that the administration held up in August. Nauert made clear the $255 million was still blocked, and the Pentagon said the new action targets payments of so-called coalition support funds that the U.S. pays to Pakistan to reimburse it for its counterterrorism operations. That wraps up our news here on PZI Daily News Roundup. Thank you for joining us. For more news stories, visit our website at www.canadianenquirer.net.